Have you ever noticed how some people, no matter where they are in the world, speak English in a way that feels
Different.
almost charming, almost musical, almost
Filipino.
Yes, you heard that right. The Filipino style of speaking English, a style that has somehow captured the hearts and ears of millions of people across the globe. But why? How? And most importantly, what makes it so unique that people actually try to copy it?
Well, today you're about to find out. Sit tight, because by the end of this video, you not only understand why millions are mimicking the Filipino English accent, but you might even start noticing it in people you meet every day.
First, let's set the stage. The Philippines is a country of more than 110 million people. It's a place where English isn't just a subject in school, it's a part of everyday life.
Filipinos are known for being warm, friendly, and extremely polite.
And that politeness carries over into the way they speak English.
They speak in a way that is clear, soft, and melodic.
And because of this, their English is highly understandable to foreigners. Now, imagine this. The Philippines is also a hub for call centers and online services. Millions of Filipinos work in businesses that require them to speak English with people from all over the world.
Countries like the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia are on the other side of the line.
Over time, the Filipino style of speaking English has become almost a standard.
People in these countries aren't just listening, they're learning. They are subconsciously picking up Filipino pronunciation, the way sentences are structured, even the subtle musicality of the language. And this is just the beginning.
So, what exactly makes Filipino English so unique that people want to copy it? Let's break it down. 1. Politeness in tone. Filipinos often use softer tones when they speak.
There's an innate politeness that comes across in every sentence.
Words like please, thank you, and sorry aren't just formalities, they're a natural part of conversation. 2. Melodic intonation. Unlike other forms of English that might sound flat or robotic, Filipino English has a rhythm to it.
The voice goes up and down in a melodic way, almost like singing, without even realizing it.
This makes it sound friendly and approachable. 3. Pronunciation of vowels. Filipinos have a very distinct way of pronouncing vowels. Words are often pronounced clearly, and vowels are elongated slightly, which makes even complex words easy to understand. 4. Simplification of complex words. Filipinos often simplify complex words in casual conversations. For example, comfortable might sound like comfortable, or vegetables might sound like vegetables.
This isn't a mistake, it's a feature of the language that makes it smooth and relatable.
5. The musicality of sentences. Filipino English often has a sing-song quality. It's not just what they say, but how they say it.
Sentences rise and fall in a way that's pleasing to the ear. All of these features combined make Filipino English not just understandable, but also
irresistible.
People want to sound like that. People want to speak in a way that's kind, approachable, and easy to understand.
Now, let's talk about one of the biggest reasons why millions around the world are picking up the Filipino style of speaking English. Call centers. The Philippines is known as the call center capital of the world. But what does that actually mean? Millions of Filipinos are employed in customer service, tech support, and virtual assistance. They answer calls from people in America, Australia, the UK, and beyond. Their job is to communicate clearly, politely, and effectively.
And over time, foreign customers notice something: they actually enjoy speaking with Filipinos. Why? Because Filipino English is friendly, polite, and easy to understand.
It's like speaking to a patient friend rather than a robot or a frustrated customer service agent. And here's the interesting part. Many of these foreign customers start mimicking the way their Filipino representatives speak.
Some might do it unconsciously, while others might deliberately try to learn the accent and intonation.
Over time, this creates a ripple effect, spreading Filipino-style English far beyond the Philippines.
It's not just call centers that have spread Filipino English.
Pop culture has played a massive role too.
Filipino vloggers, YouTubers, and content creators have millions of followers worldwide. Many of them speak English in a style that is unmistakably Filipino. Their viewers are drawn not just to their content, but to the way they communicate. The accent, the rhythm, the friendly tone, it all adds charm.
For example, if you watch a Filipino YouTuber doing a tutorial or a lifestyle vlog, you might notice how natural and smooth their English sounds.
Viewers from other countries often comment on how pleasant or easy to understand their English is.
Some even try to imitate it in their own videos or conversations. And let's not forget Filipino actors and singers who perform internationally. Their English often carries the same musicality and clarity that makes it so appealing to global audiences. Social media has taken this phenomenon to a whole new level. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube allow people from all over the world to hear Filipino English every day. Short clips, funny videos, or helpful tutorials Filipino creators are everywhere. And the more people watch, the more they unconsciously start picking up the accent, the phrasing, and the polite tone. Even in online gaming, communities are noticing it.
Filipino gamers who speak English tend to be clear, calm, and friendly during gameplay.
Other players start picking up their style because it's effective and easy to understand. And here's something fascinating. People don't just copy words, they copy style. The way Filipinos pause, the way they emphasize certain words, the musicality of sentences, it all gets mimicked. Some social media users have even gone viral for speaking like a Filipino in funny or educational videos. Now, you might be wondering, why do people naturally copy accents in the first place?
This isn't just about liking a sound, it's about how our brains work. Humans are social creatures. We unconsciously adapt our speech patterns to connect with others.
This is called speech accommodation.
When someone speaks in a way that's clear, friendly, and appealing, our brains want to mirror it. Filipino English checks all the boxes.
It's friendly, it's polite, it's melodic, and it's easy to understand. Our brains love it.
And the more we hear it, the more we start to naturally copy it, even if we're halfway across the world.
You might ask, why Filipino English and not, say, British or American English?
Well, there's something uniquely approachable about Filipino English.
British English can sometimes sound formal or rigid.
American English can feel fast or slang-heavy. Filipino English, on the other hand, is like a bridge. It's clear enough to be understood by anyone, polite enough to feel respectful, and melodic enough to be pleasant to the ear. It's the kind of English that makes strangers feel comfortable. And comfort, as we all know, is contagious. People naturally start copying what makes them feel at ease.
Let's look at some examples. 1.
Business professionals. Many international business professionals who work with Filipino teams find themselves unconsciously adopting Filipino speech patterns.
It helps in building rapport and trust with their Filipino colleagues. 2. Call center clients. Some clients in the US and Australia report that after frequent calls with Filipino agents, they find themselves speaking in a softer, more melodic tone, just like their agents.
3. Online content creators. International TikTok and YouTube creators who collaborate with Filipino creators often adopt Filipino English to better connect with their audience. 4. Language learners. ESL English as a second language learners in countries like Japan, Korea, and China are increasingly exposed to Filipino English through online tutorials and videos. Many prefer it over traditional Western accents because it's easier to imitate and understand.
Interestingly, Filipino English isn't just spreading socially, it's also influencing education. Language learning platforms are now incorporating aspects of Filipino English into their lessons. Why?
Because learners respond positively to a friendly, melodic, and clear way of speaking.
It reduces anxiety, improves comprehension, and makes learning fun. Even teachers in other countries are adopting Filipino-style pronunciation and intonation in the classroom, especially when teaching international students.
Filipino English isn't just about language, it's also about culture. Filipinos are known for their warmth, hospitality, and positivity. When they speak English, they naturally convey these cultural values. This isn't something that can be taught, it comes from the heart. When people hear Filipino English, they're not just hearing words, they're hearing kindness, patience, and friendliness. And naturally, they want to replicate that when they speak.
Here are some fun facts that make Filipino English even more fascinating. 1. Code switching. Filipinos often switch between English and their local language seamlessly, a phenomenon called Taglish. This makes conversations dynamic and engaging. 2. Unique expressions. Some phrases or words are uniquely Filipino, like open the lights instead of turn on the lights, or comfort room instead of bathroom.
These quirks have made their way into international conversations. 3. Friendly humor. Filipino English often carries a subtle humor that makes interactions light and fun.
Even serious conversations tend to have a touch of warmth. So, will this trend die out? Not anytime soon.
The world is more connected than ever. Social media, online work, global education, all of these factors keep Filipino English in the spotlight. As more people experience it, more people will adopt it.
And it's not just about sounding like a Filipino, it's about adopting a way of speaking that is polite, friendly, and effective.
In a world where communication is key, that's incredibly valuable.
Next time you're on a call, watching a YouTube video, or even gaming online, pay attention.
Listen to the way people speak. Are they soft-spoken, polite, and melodic? Are they elongating vowels and simplifying words naturally?
Chances are you're hearing Filipino English in action. And maybe, just maybe, you've already unconsciously started copying it yourself.
Looking ahead, Filipino English could become a global benchmark for polite and approachable communication. Companies might start training their employees in Filipino-style English. Schools might teach it to international students.
Even entertainment could adopt it as a preferred accent for relatable, friendly characters. Imagine a world where the Filipino way of speaking English isn't just a trend, it's a standard.
So, the next time you hear someone speaking English with that soft, melodic, friendly tone, think about this. You might just be witnessing the global influence of Filipino English. You might even find yourself adopting it without realizing it.
Millions across the world are already doing it.
And if you pay attention, you'll start noticing it everywhere on social media, in classrooms, in business meetings, even in your favorite movies and shows. Filipino English isn't just an accent, it's a movement of politeness, clarity, and charm. And it's taking over the world, one sentence at a time.
So, what do you think?
Are you ready to start noticing Filipino English in your life? Are you ready to see how far it's already spread? And maybe even try speaking like that yourself?
Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. In fact, the more we explore it, the more fascinating it becomes. And trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Filipino English, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you've ever caught yourself speaking in Filipino English, or if you know someone who does.
And stay with us, because next, we'll uncover even more ways the Filipino style of speaking English is influencing the world.